What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Action Comics and Detective Comics video. So if you're new to the channel, a like and a subscribe is super appreciated here, and this will have spoilers for the latest issues of Detective Comics and Action Comics. So last week we had the reveal of just who Mr. Oz is, and it is, well, it is Superman's father. Poor old Clark has to sit there and realise that his father is the one who has been hounding the entirety of the DC universe. And, well, he's had to put up with quite a lot of mystery for absolutely everything that has gone on over the past year and a half with Mr. Oz. But, well, last issue was kind of a big one. We realised just who Mr. Oz is as it was revealed, and, well, the story of Mr. Oz spreads to Detective Comics as well. So this Action Comics, we learn the absolute origin of Mr. Oz and how Superman's father was actually able to survive the catastrophic event of Krypton exploding. And, well, it does seem like what I said in my last video, where I hinted towards the fact that maybe we had the character Jor-El, he was actually plucked from the moment the planet was exploded by Dr. Manhattan. And I was right. Yay! We were correct here on this channel. And it did make sense, the fact that Dr. Manhattan actually plucked him out. Now, while it's not explicitly saying that it is Dr. Manhattan in as much words, but it was hinted towards like the other world, the beyond kind of person, the person who is kind of looking after the universe or changing reality. He was the one who actually took Jor-El from the timeline, or not even from the timeline, but took him away, wrapped him up in time in this kind of Dr. Manhattan blue shield. And, well, really, he suffered a fate worse than death, and Mr. Oz was plucked, and he was there with his wife about to die. He was in a very painful kind of explosion. This explains all what is wrong with his face, and why his face is so melted like it is. And then we see, well, we see that he has become jaded with humanity. Now, last issue, it seemed, well, that was it. He really did hate humanity because he's seen what's happened. However, he has not seen all of humanity, because what has happened is, where he was sent to a war-torn civil war, where you're not going to see the best of humanity whatsoever. You're not going to see what Clark sees in humanity whatsoever. And Jor-El has been exposed to this terrible kind of the real worst of human history. He was shown this weird monitor place. He was shown all of like the Nazis and everything that really the tragedies of human civilization, and that is why he is convinced that humans are not worthy. Which, you know what, maybe he's got a point, but this is not fair. He's only seen the bad. He's not seen the good. Really, that's what I presume and what I take home from this issue. I take home the fact that he hasn't seen everything that is good about life on Earth. And this is why he wants to take his son back. He wants to take his son away from this planet to somewhere where he's going to be listened to and really actually going to do some good, which he is doing good on Earth, but Jor-El doesn't feel that these people deserve it, and being plucked from his life like this is a bit biased, really, because he's already in a tragedy. So I think this is where the way this is going is we're actually going to see humanity, or we're probably going to see Clark show his father the work he's done, and we're going to see some father-son storyline here, which I think is really cool. I think that just predicting where this is actually going to go. And obviously we have the prison that he's had, and this Action Comics was really good. I really did like this. I thought it was a really good issue, a lot more fleshed out than the previous issue, which was really just filler leading up to the huge reveal. But this story sort of continues over in Detective Comics with Tim Drake. As we know, Tim Drake is completely and utterly missing. He was taken by Mr. Oz along with Doomsday and everyone else. And this prison, well, this prison that Mr. Oz in Detective Comics shows us, it shows us that, well, this storyline, this prison, everyone we've seen, it is a lot more in depth than we ever actually imagined. And we open with an interrogation of Tim Drake by Mr. Oz, and it just goes to show that the people who are trained by Batman are smarter than anyone could ever imagine. And Tim Drake's going back to his hacker roots, and he manages to hack this Kryptonian code, which is so cool. And then we think that Tim Drake is about to actually be captured or saved by Batman, but it turns out that it is a future version of himself who has actually been speaking to him. So he's been completely tricked. And the reason I say that this prison is bigger than we ever imagined is the fact that this future version of Tim Drake, we have many other possibilities out there. Doomsday has now smashed through this prison when it's been taken away. I think that Mr. Oz has been taken as well, so I'm not too sure where this is sitting in the timelines or in the with everything, to be honest. So it's a bit unclear where these two settle, because one is a prison break and Mr. Oz has seemingly gone or taken, and then he's with Superman. So yeah, a bit odd there. But I expect that we'll see a lot more different versions of these characters, and in this prison we may even see a hell of a lot more than more characters have been taken that we didn't actually know. So I think that this was a great issue. I think they're actually quite equal. I think they're actually really both equal in quality, in my opinion. I think they're both very fun reads, and it kind of explains and expands upon everything. So I can't help but think that maybe the metal kind of tie-ins are getting a bit overshadowed by the Mr. Oz storyline. So there's a hell of a lot going on in DC right now. A lot to actually catch up on. You've got the Murder Machine, which I haven't read yet, but is the cyborg metal man, metal Batman or whatever. So I'm not really a big fan of Cyborg, so I might give that a read. I might pick that up on Saturday when I go and get my physical copies of my comics. But these issues are a great read. I highly recommend going and checking these out, especially if you are a fan of this Mr. Oz storyline, which has been superb throughout. And I hope that they really do end this in a fantastic way. And we've got even more hints towards Dr. Manhattan. I hope we see a sneak peek of Dr. Manhattan, maybe a word from him in Action Comics before Doomsday Clock, because I really am chomping at the bit for this. So that is it for this video. Please do drop a like, please do subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.